All right, folks, let's get this show on the road. How's everybody tonight? Really, really glad that we are all able to be together in one room without masks on. I have to worry about too many things. It is a really cool opportunity to start moving forward. That was our whole motto in our chamber this year, was Forward 2021, and we are definitely moving forward. I wanted to just get started tonight with thanking all of you for being here. Really appreciate your commitment to the Caldwell Chamber of Commerce. Our community is stronger when we have a strong chamber made up of all of you. Leadership Caldwell is one of the most important programs that we offer, and it sets us apart. Most chambers around the country have some sort of a leadership program. I think ours is special, ours is different, and ours is going to grow more special and more different than anyone else in the future. So we're really excited to celebrate some accomplishments this year, celebrate some past groups, but set the groundwork for what the future looks like and what future Leadership Caldwell can be. And you guys are going to help guide that ship. It's not Brian's Leadership Caldwell program, it's yours. Every person in this room, whether you've been in leadership before, or you're aspiring to be in leadership, or you're a spouse, either one of you are important to the cog and how we move things forward. So I'd like to just take a minute and thank some of the sponsors that really help make things work for Leadership Caldwell. Cedar Rock Country Club, Jim and team here, always been great partners with us for events. They really help us do good things in a beautiful environment. It's just a really nice night, and thanks for ordering good weather for us tonight, Jim. Really worked out perfectly. Good group of people. Bruce, where you at? Strong lead. Wow. Talk about a game changer. We're going to talk about that a little bit more, but our partnership and relationship with Strong Lead and the Catawba Valley Leadership Foundation is what's going to help set us apart as we move down the road in the future. Ben, where you at? Ben Coffey, BC Cinematics, helping record and historically mark what we're doing here with Leadership Caldwell. Caldwell County Schools contributor to this program specifically from a financial component. Dave Albin, we'll get to introduce him in a little bit with Firewalk Adventures, something that definitely helps set us apart. And then ServPro as a continued sponsor for us for Leadership Caldwell and their share of importance for this group. So what are we here tonight to develop leaders and grow our community? And I'd like to take a minute. You don't get 30 seconds for an elevator speech. We do want to go around the entire room because we have a merging of classes and alumni and individuals in this community that are community leaders. And I want to make sure everyone knows who's here. So I want everyone to just take a minute. If you can remember your name and the organization you're with, or if you're a spouse and you're with someone else and you represent another organization, please mention that name. Before we get started, I want to thank Faith for being a solid, rock solid component. We've had a challenging year where we went from a staff of 5 to just the 2 of us, and she helps us look like a chamber of about 15 staff members because we put out good content, and she works really hard, and we make a great team, so really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Our 2 interns back there, McKenna and Megan, wave and say hi to those young ladies. They're from Caldwell Community College and really helping us through the summer. Without their help, we couldn't get things done. Without all of your help and our committees and the growing parts of what we've got going on, it is a collaborative effort for us to deliver and put together a Chamber of Commerce that serves and serves well. So thank these guys and thanks everyone for being here. You get to start first. So
Okay.
why don't you stand up, vocalize well, because you don't need a microphone. Tell everybody who you are, and we'll go around the room.
All right. My name's Michelle Woods. I'm the Administrative Director of Women's and Children's at Fry Regional Medical Center, and I'd like to introduce my CEO.
I'm Rod Harper. I'm the CEO at Fry. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I'm Elizabeth Norris, an administrative assistant at Helping Hands Clinic, and I'm in Leadership Caldwell 2021. And she is too, but I'll make the plug for her. And this is my boyfriend, Matt Kirby. Is that where you're from?
Yeah, I'm Matt Kirby, and I work at Bernhardt Furniture Company.
Great.
Hey, I'm
I'm Allison Adams. I am Western Piedmont Council of Governments Planning Director, and with me tonight is my fabulous husband. His name is David, and do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, David Adams, and the department manager for Talbot County.
Great.
Oh, and 21. Good job.
I am Shelley Boland. I'm the Executive Director of Robin's Nest Children's Advocacy Center here in Lenore. And this is my husband. Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Shannon Boland. I work in Screen Printers Unlimited over in Wilkes County, but I'm a Caldwell County native. So if you need your name put on anything, just let me know.
I am Felicia Stewart. I am with Skyline National Bank. I'm the branch manager here in Lenore, at the Lenore office. And I am with the leadership, graduating from Leadership Caldwell 2021. This is my husband.
Kevin Stewart. I work for the Print Path graphics company, degree, 27-year graphics and science person. Happy to be here. Thank you.
Okay, you guys.
Hey, I'm Ashley Kimo. I'm with Spangler Restoration. I am the Business Development Manager for the Western North Carolina, Winston-Salem. With me is my work husband. He's our emergency response coordinator for us. Ben Kaufman.
So, she just did it, but I'm Ben Kaufman with Spangler Restoration. I'm the emergency response coordinator and work in all 5 of our offices, but prefer it here.
Future leadership.
Yes, future leadership of this class of 2022.
Yep.
There you go. Peggy Thompson, Parole Authority of the Carolinas. I am a soon-to-be finally graduate of the class of 2020. And this is my husband, Zan Thompson.
I'm a watercolor artist, and I did leadership in Atlanta like 30 years ago. We never did any of this crazy firewalking stuff. So that's why.
Go back to that table back there. Lost Kelly.
I'm Chase Keller. Wear a couple of hats. I'm the board chair for the Caldwell Chamber of Commerce and president of Granite Insurance.
Hi, I'm Lisa Starnes. I'm with Baker Realty, and I'm a member of the board of the Chamber of Commerce.
I'm Ralph Prestwood. I'm an alumni of leadership at 1990, first leadership class. And let me tell you, from that, I had just moved back to North Carolina, went through leadership. That led to 35 years of being involved in the chamber. I was many committee chairs. I was board chair for 3 years, which led to running the chamber for 1 year as executive director. And it's the best deal you'll ever find. Stay involved with the chamber. It's worth every time, all the time that you spend. This is my wife, Jane, who has been my volunteer for 35 years. Thank you.
Jane Prestwood. I am retired now, except for being a volunteer from Caldwell Hospice, which I was really proud of. And we've had a good time volunteering.
I'm Bruce Ronson. I'm the founder of Strong Lead and Catawba Valley Leadership Foundation, and I've had the great privilege of being able to partner with the Chamber and specifically with this Leadership Caldwell group, and just have absolutely loved it. And I'm here with my wife Sandy and my daughter-in-law, but I'll let them introduce themselves to you.
I'm Sandy, and my big job is to keep them straight.
And all of you that have been in leadership at Caldwell, you know that's a challenge.
My name's Victoria Schrantz, and I am the director for Catawba Valley Leadership Foundation, a nonprofit that can.
I am Ashley Clofton. I'm the branch manager and credit counselor with Telco Community Credit Union here in Lenore. And with me is my wonderful husband, Brian.
I'm Brian. I'm just here with Ashley. I work at the Burke County Farm Bureau, and I'm excited to see her
do the firewall thing. What? I'm down, whatever you want to do.
The option is on the table for all of you, plus one, so please feel free.
My name is Heather Poole. I'm with the class of 2020. I work with the Caldwell County School System. I'm a mentor for beginning teachers, pre-K through 12th grade in the district. And I have my husband with me, Andy, and he also works in the school system. But I don't know if you want to share.
My name is Andy Poole. I'm the principal at the Caldwell Applied Science Academy and a member of Caldwell Leadership back in 2007.
All right.
My name is Brooke Lundbarger. I'm with the class of 2020, and I'm the accounting specialist with the Caldwell County Health Department. And this is my husband, Justin.
Justin Lundbarger, Regional Operations Manager with Adapt Health.
Sure. I'm Kim Case. I'm with Caldwell County Schools, class of 2020. Work at the district office, but I've served a little bit of time as an interim principal. This is my husband, Phil, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Phil Case, I'm a real estate appraiser. I have a business here in Caldwell County, Lenore.
PJ Hennessy, I'm the risk advisor with Granite Insurance, and I'm in the leadership class of 2021.
Hi, I'm Shelly Stevens. I'm the Caldwell County Planning Director, and I'm with the leadership class of 2020.
Hi, I am Kathy Stafford. I'm married to the videographer, and I am a customer service specialist for Bush & Associates in Lenore.
Yeah, I'm Eric Stafford. I am from Caldwell County Government Channel, and it's Charter Channel 190. We also have a YouTube channel that Faith was so nice to highlight the other day, and we appreciate that. So hop on over to YouTube, and you may see this video.
Awesome. Thank you.
I'm Amanda Dusselon. I'm part of the class of 2020. I am with Fracture Family Physicians in Hudson. Y'all know me. I'm Faith with the Caldwell Chamber, graduating class of 2020 with these fine folks.
Now me, and y'all know me too, so this really is no big deal. So I'm class of 2020. We are finally going to get to graduate. I'm Sarah. Kind of do my own thing, so I do graphic designs too. So we will talk later. We'll make sure we're good. And I agree with Ralph. This is a wonderful program, and if you've never gone through it, you have to go through it. You guys have to go through it because it really is great. Oh, and I have Fred, and my daughter Brianna, and my husband Jeff. And if they want to introduce themselves, they can.
Ready? Ben?
I'm Benjamin Coffey. I'm owner of BC Cinematics LLC, and we're an international film and video production company. We service anything from commercials, music videos, narrative film, documentary. But yeah, I'm also a graduate of Leadership Caldwell in 2018.
Thank you, Ben. And I'm Brian Moore. I'm the president and CEO of Caldwell Chamber of Commerce. I moonlight as Barry the Blackberry occasionally, so you can see me, especially in the next couple of weeks. I'll be out and about trying to drive excitement and fun for our businesses here in Caldwell County. We're getting ready to launch a fun, interactive scavenger hunt, and that is going to kick off July 1st through the 18th. And if you don't know about it yet, just go to the Chamber's website, click on the big banner at the top of the homepage, and I'll take you to the information page that Kate has built. It's information Sarah's helping us with as well, putting together a great fun app in lieu of having a big festival this year. So lots of neat stuff. Peggy, come up for a minute. Sure. So I'm going to have Peggy share a few things in representation of the class of 2020. Probably the most challenged class in history for Leadership Caldwell for a number of reasons. And I want her to share her heart with you guys on the pain points and difficulty and fun times that we had with the development of that class. So thank you, Peggy.
So everybody here knows Brian, and they know when Brian asks you to do something that you always say yes. So about 10 minutes ago, he said, Peggy. Oh, good Lord. Speaking off the cuff is not my strong suit. It's not in my comfort zone, but I am passionate about leadership at Caldwell, and who hasn't had an interesting 2020? I mean, come on, we've all had an interesting 2020, and even the first part of 2021. But for us, for me personally, leadership was more than a leadership class. It was a family. It was getting to know these 20 to 25 strangers who I had never met before, or may have known casually, or knew them to look at, when I saw their face. But it is a family. We are friends. We've kept in touch. We've supported each other. We've helped with those career changes and those conversations. And for me, I'm not from here. I'm originally from Pennsylvania, and then kind of Florida, Georgia, and now I'm working my way north again. But it helped me to learn about the community in which I live and I do business. There are so many cool things that are made here, that are manufactured here, that are designed here. It is mind-boggling. Because I know we all drive down the road and we drive past that building all the time, but you really have no idea what goes on behind those walls. And that's one of the things that leadership teaches you. It teaches you what's going on in your community, where the needs are, how you can help, how you can plug yourself in, and how you can use your gifts to make our community better. And it's just awesome. I love it. I've done 2 of them. Can't say enough good things about them. So if you've not done it, take the time, make the investment, and treat yourself, because it is a gift. It is an amazing gift. And it's our job, it's our responsibility to give back to our community. It's going to make our community stronger. And if you see a need, fill it. And I know that I can reach out to anybody in my class and say, hey, I understand that those guys at the fire station have to buy their own food, and let's go cook dinner for them. And I know that I can make that email or that phone call or that text to anybody in my class, and I know that they will say, okay, what do we need to do? Or, somebody has a need. It's just a family. It's really what it is. So I don't know if that's exactly what you wanted, but that's kind of what you got. So thanks, everybody.
You want to tell them how many times we've tried to get to a firewall?
Oh, good Lord. It has been a struggle. It has been a struggle. So it was scheduled one time, and that was up at Chatola, and oh my gosh, it didn't rain. It monsooned, and we had a flood, and it was just, oh my gosh, yeah, it was terrible. But we had a good time, and that's true, we had a good time. And then we tried to schedule again, and I believe Dave's family tested positive for COVID, so then we got canceled again, and it's like, okay, well, we're just going to be the class that never graduates. We're just not. We're just going to be those little hanger-oners, and we're just never going to graduate. But thanks so much to the class of 2021 who allowed us to come and join in with you and share in your graduation. We appreciate it very, very much.
Dear class of 2020 representative, please stand up so we can give you a round of applause. Thank you for holding on as long as we did. I'm standing too. Yeah, thank you, Peggy. Our graduation ceremony for them was an email, and you have to come by the office and pick up your certificate because it just didn't happen the way we had hoped or planned. Allison Adams.
Oh, gosh.
Hello.
Why don't you come up? I tagged Allison to help represent the class of 2021 and their experience. Again, a very different experience than previous years or previous classes, because we all know little as 3 or 4 months ago, things were really different than they are at the moment. So I'll let you share some of your thoughts and represent your class. Thank you.
So, class of 2021, wow. What I will start off by saying is I think we were more of a, and correct me if I'm wrong, a compacted version that happened in a very short amount of time. And I thought that that was really beneficial because, you know, we're all professionals and it's good to cut the fat off the plate, right? And get down to the meat and potatoes and get it done and talk about why we're here and what we're doing. And that's exactly what we did. We started off at Wilson's Creek, and that could not have been a better spot. That was so peaceful. It was so nice because, I'll be honest, that week was a point in time where I didn't need a cell phone. Thank you, Jesus. I did not need to be connected to the world because work was driving me crazy. So it couldn't have been better. I think we all came out there. It was a little chilly, but we all sat around and we got to know each other, and it was really valuable. We kicked that day off with Bruce, with Strong Lead. And I want to touch on, like, all of the folks in Leadership 2021 were great. But I want to focus more on the value that's put on the table from Strong Lead. Because I have a master's in strategic leadership. I've been in a lot of leadership programs. I've been with North Carolina School of Government, doing leadership, some private entities doing leadership, some close by leadership programs, and I'm not naming names. And Bruce brought something to the forefront that was different than anything that I had experienced. And I think it was really important because you've got to see and reflect upon yourself. And as a leader, you have to figure out who you are and where you came from and why are you like you are, and how that plays into the fact that, you know, you have to interact with certain people, and how do you do that, and what are your morals and what are your values and things of that nature. So we got to take a deep dive and introspective view of ourselves, which is so valuable. The other thing that I really liked about Bruce is that a lot of leadership programs that I've been in, the person gets up there and they say, well, this is how you handle that situation. You do blah, 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 blah. And, or, well, I would have done this. This is how you need to handle this, you know, or have you thought about maybe sitting down and talking through this? And, you know, they want to share their knowledge and give it to you. What he does is he reflects. So he sits there and he asks very methodical questions to get your brain moving, to make you start thinking about all those things as to why you are the way you are, how you can interact with others. And so that was really important for me, coming from a leadership background. I felt like it really resonated better with me. And that's the reason why it sets this program separate than anything else that I've ever experienced, is because I really feel like that when you get down to it, you really need to take that deep dive of yourself, and then you can start helping others. Then you can figure out where you fit in and how you can help your community and what that looks like. So that's my takeaway.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Appreciate
good.
it. So I know in the last year or so we lost a guy named Kenny Rogers. His song "The Gambler" really had an impact on me as I was trying to roll the dice on what we're going to do. Chase heard me many phone calls with our executive board, and are we going to have leadership? Should we have leadership? What are we going to do? We need to do leadership. And we kept saying, what are we going to, and you know, we thought about rolling the dice. We had a program together. How are we going to do it virtually? What's going to happen? Let's just roll the dice. We did finally, and here we are. But there's a pivot point here for us with 2020 and what they went through, 2021, and the history of what this program has been. And before we leave tonight, we're going to get you guys to commit to some things on helping guide the chamber forward. We're going to need a leadership council, an advisory council. It can't be Brian or our executive board making some ideas. We need your impact. Ralph and I have talked about this extensively in terms of how programs worked, how past classes helped prepare and put in place things for the future classes. We want to make this more than just tours. We want to make it intentional leadership and take things to that next level. So I want to talk a little bit about what I think that looks like for us with a few slides here, and then we'll get Bruce up here and have him share a few things from his perspective to move forward for tonight.
Growing up as a lifelong Caldwell County resident, I thought I knew it all. I thought I knew what Caldwell County had to offer. I thought I knew what there was in Caldwell County. But it wasn't until I participated as a professional in Leadership Caldwell that I understood that Caldwell County is so much more, from the diverse manufacturing to the tourism, to all the different nonprofits and groups and partners and organizations. Did I really realize what Caldwell County was and what Caldwell County had to offer?
Leadership Caldwell is a cohort of individuals and professionals from different agencies, organizations, businesses throughout Caldwell County who come together to explore the possibilities that we have here in Caldwell County, to learn about what is already here in the county and what kind of resources we have for our community and for our families. And it also helps provide more insight and knowledge so that we can share that with others when we go back to our organization.
Leadership Caldwell, to me, embodies what Caldwell County is about. I did Leadership Caldwell for the first time at probably 50 years old, and I've been a lifelong resident of Caldwell County, and there are things going on in Caldwell County that I had no idea of. And there are leadership opportunities, and there's economic opportunities that are wonderful, and they're on a global scale. And when you see these individuals in another setting or years down the road, you immediately go back to the experiences that you had during Leadership Caldwell.
I think there's something about knowing more about the history of where you live and understanding what's around you and the people that are around you that actually support you, not just in business but also in everyday life. Because I'm fairly new to the area. I guess building a business in an area that you're not really familiar with is kind of difficult. For me, it was just being able to see the people. There's an element of humility that you see. So there's so many humble people here in the community that are working and developing new ideas and creatively brainstorming and bringing a new light to the county that you never actually hear about it. But Leadership Caldwell gives you an opportunity to hear about those stories.
Because it comes through the Chamber of Commerce, it's a great avenue to make those connection points between different levels of our community. And what I love the most about Caldwell County is we have representation in our Chamber of Commerce that pulls people in from the north, south, east, and west, from Lenore, Granite Falls, Hallettsville, Wilson Creek, Happy Valley. Everyone kind of is in this together. The heart of the people here was much different. And going through a program, you get to develop and build lifelong relationships. And there's an intangible part that happens in Caldwell County that you can't really put your finger on, but it does pull people together. And there's this care that you don't find anywhere else in the world. And that's the interesting part about Leadership Caldwell, is that you see people overcome fear, bond together, and develop relationships like nowhere else before.
So I mentioned I want to get some commitments from people tonight for us to be able to move forward and guide forward. And I want to give an example of what commitment looks like and people that care. Peggy came to me after our golf tournament in October and said, "You can't do all of this by yourself. You need help. And you need to ask." And I said, "What can you do to help?" Peggy steps forward and gathers together 9 or 10 other strong ambassadors for the Chamber of Commerce and pulled together an amazing golf tournament. Best one we've had ever. Really good turnout, good financial reward for our organization to be good stewards of programs that we have to be able to serve the community well. And that's what the chamber is really all about. It's about you and pulling things together and making things happen. So, you know, tonight I want to just talk about vision. What's Leadership Caldwell mean to you? What does it look like? We've heard some stories already, but we're going to have you guys help put together that vision. And is it more tours? Is it leaning into what we had in 2021 with Bruce's help? What does it look like? And we need to have those discussions. And those of you that walk out of here tonight that are saying, I want to be part of that, and if you don't sign up, I'll voluntold you, because you know I will, to make sure that we do this well. It needs to be a collective thought process and a group of us coming together. We do have a couple other spots up there. I'll mention those because vision is so many other things. We have a lot of young leaders in here that are the future. And as you've gone through Leadership Caldwell or haven't yet, we need your input. Elizabeth, thank you. You're already stepping up, wanting to help out. PJ, taking the lead on our Fuel Caldwell. If you're not familiar with our Young Professionals program, it's Fuel, which is Focus, Unite, Engage, and Lead. And we really need that program to be strong. And Leadership Caldwell should help facilitate that and help take that program to the next level to serve so many other different people within our community. We have our Women's Forum, which is another great program that we have. And then we have other networking events. Spangler is a big sponsor of our 747 Business Connections that were really a great launching point for us to get together in the mornings of third Friday of the month and have some purposeful reason, whether it was meet the mayors or meet our educators or celebrate our furniture history. We'll have really neat programs. We're ready to get going with that again in September. So we'll need some help to guide that program down the right road. And again, Faith and I can't do it all, but with your help, we can help make sure that those things are pulled together. We need to be intentional. We need to really focus in on what leadership is. And I think Bruce brings a lot to the table, and you're going to hear from him in a few minutes. But developing leaders is more than just a few tours. It's really asking difficult questions. It's challenging people to do things. But it's the tours and the collaboration and everything that comes together. As Peggy said, when you can get a group of people and call some folks together and say, hey, can we get this done? I'll give you a quick little story. When the class of 2021 was taking a tour of the Caldwell Senior Center, a group of people said, what can we do to help? And they didn't really have, enough donations. They needed some social media help. Within half an hour, they had developed a social media campaign while we're in the building. Everyone joined the group. We put stuff out. 2 people left that day that were with Sattler Outdoor, and they went back and told their bosses about it, and their bosses wrote a check to the senior center. And then so many other things happened out of that, but it was just intentional desire to want to fill a void and find where those gaps are within our community. And I think that's an important part of what this program is as we move forward. Choose well. You guys are going to be the ones that help say, you know what, you should be in Leadership Caldwell in the future. We need to make sure that the people we're choosing and we're bringing in, we see a spark in them, we see a light, we see an opportunity for them to be involved in our community. Doesn't matter what age they are. They can be of any age and still serve our community well. And we want to be able to invite them in and see what we can do to choose those right folks and have a long list of folks that want to apply. Clear expectations. What's the program look like? Do we have tours? I put it all together this year. I'm not going to do the next one. You guys are. So what does it look like? How do we tap into Bruce? What tours do we do? What businesses do we call? What do we need it to look like? That is really the expectations. But when I'm signing up, and I've never been through it before, you didn't know really what it was before, Amanda. We need to be able to tell that story and show an organization that this is something viable and worthwhile. We're trying to prepare with videos. We're trying to prepare with a whole new revamped Leadership Caldwell page on our website, launching soon, and just more information to make sure that we're really setting those clear expectations for our community. Being community-minded. Nonprofits really are important in our community. We've always had nonprofits involved with Leadership Caldwell, but a lot of our programs and tours that we've seen are focused on nonprofits. Sometimes it's not nonprofits, it's a gap area that you know that you can go after and make an impact on. So community-minded is really critically important. You guys just last week went and painted Habitat for Humanity houses. So there's so many things. And how can we put a finger in the spigot and stop the leak and make some things happen? And if it does keep leaking, Spangler can come in and clean it, right? A sure return. So if I'm a business and I'm an organization, why should I spend some money to put someone through this program? There needs to be a viable return on investment. It means that that person is going to come back and have a dramatic impact on not only your organization, but set up the success and help for our community. Deliver an impact. What's that impact look like for our community? How do we share that with the rest of the folks that are out there in all of our towns and municipalities? What's that impact really look like? We need to scream a little bit more and not be a private leadership Caldwell group, maybe some press releases, some things that get the word out there and shows the importance of this program. Focus on diversity. Diversity is more than black and white. It's men and women. It's so many other different avenues. It's people from Collettsville or Happy Valley and different parts of our community. We're not just a Lenore-based Chamber of Commerce. We're everyone. And how does that diversity look? How do we spread that? How do we focus in on the things that we need to focus in on for our community? Deep impact. What do I mean by deep impact? Many of you work with organizations that have more than one person working there. So you're not the only person that represents the Chamber of Commerce. There are multiple people there, and your organization, every member of your staff and your team has an opportunity to participate in our programs. So if you have a staff of 5, or a staff of 50, or a staff of 500, every one of those folks are members of the Chamber of Commerce. And if we take that deep impact and look at those hidden gems within our community and get them involved with Fuel Caldwell. You know what? I see a rising star over here in our marketing department. I see a rising star over here in shipping and receiving. Who out there can we tap into to make a bigger impact on our community? That's what success looks like. And that's where we dive deep and look at someone that you might meet at the coffee station at work and say, you know what, you might be a great candidate for Leadership Caldwell. You might be a great candidate to participate in one of the programs at the Chamber. Have you thought about that in the future, in the past? The future is really important for us to be able to make that deep impact. The Alumni Network. Guess what? You guys just drank the Kool-Aid for the Alumni Network, so you're now part of the guiding force that's going to move things forward tonight. So really grateful for you to be here. I think that's really important. When I've done some research in the course of the last couple of weeks and preparing for tonight, I see that is the strongest, most important part of leadership programs across the globe and across the United States is a strong alumni network. And guess what? We now have one, and every one of you is a member of the Alumni Network. So we want to make sure that we move that forward. So it's a recipe. It's the Chamber, it's partners, strong lead. Thank you, Bruce. You guys really stepped in this year to help us in a challenging time period to change more of Leadership Caldwell from just doing certain programs to really being intentional about leadership, intentional about development of individuals. And I think all of our folks that went through the class this year got a chance to work with you, can definitely appreciate the value that you brought to the table for us this year, and we're thankful for your time and your support.
We're going to go out this door. Here we go. Yes. Come on. Yes. Get it up. Yes. Yes. And I ordered it out here. All right, so just relax. Take a nice deep breath in. Then relax. And I want you to think about every single thing in your life that has brought you to this moment. The fact that even the point of you standing here right now, the chances of being born was 1 in 400 trillion. 1 in 400 trillion. There's only 2 people on the planet that could create you. And here you are. And you get to experience something that is off the chart extraordinary. Now, I want you to go ahead and get in that hugging position. Remember, go to the left. Go to the left. Okay, no. Go back. Hold it. Get into the hug. You ain't getting out that quick. Get in the hug. Now listen up. Listen up. Listen up. Take a nice deep breath in and hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Exhale. One more. Nice deep breath in and relax. Enjoy the moment. Take a nice deep breath in. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Exhale. One more. Nice deep breath in. Just relax. Really enjoy the moment of being with another human being and bringing love from your heart to theirs. That's what's happening right now. Exhale. Now step back about a foot away from them. I want you to look deep into their eyes. Now, look deep into their eyes. Listen up. Here's what I want you to say silently. Say it. You don't have to say it out loud. Say, I love you. Now, yeah, I know, we've been married for 22 years. Right. All right. Now, here's what I want you to say. I, quietly, say it in your head, I appreciate you. Now, I want you to say out loud, I love you. I love you. Now, I want you to say, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Get back into the circle. For some of you, that was a hell of a lot harder than the firewall. Am I right? Right? Just like I mean, I went to a seminar and shit. We love each other. Oh my God. What kind of a seminar have you got going on here, Brian? What kind of a leadership program have we got here in Caldwell Chamber of Commerce? All right, so now find one more person. And let's not make a career out of it this time. Look across and find somebody. Same person? No. Good question. Yeah, find someone else. All right, so make sure that you found somebody. All right, now go to that person. Stand 3 feet in front of you.
I'll let you come in. It's hot.
That's very warm. Wow, don't hurt yourself. All right, so you guys, everybody with somebody? Here we go, listen up. Now, I want you to silently look into that person's eyes, make eye contact, and keep eye contact. And this time now, I want you to say, before the hug, I want you to say, internally, say, I love you. Now say, I appreciate you. Now, get in your hug position. Left side, remember, go to the left side. Okay, there you go, go to the left. There you go. You got it. All right. Now, take a nice deep breath in. Hold it. Exhale. Nice deep breath in. Hold it. Exhale. Enjoy the moment. What an amazing moment this is right now. Take another nice deep breath in. Hold it. Your heart's intelligent. Exhale. Step back. Look at them. And say out loud, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Get back in the circle. Thanks. So, first of all, congratulations. You just learned something that a very large majority of the planet does not know. So, how the human body works. Human body connection. By the way, how many of you after coming through what we've come through for the last year and a half, how many of you show of hands and say that felt really good? All the introverts are like, yes! Right? Do we miss that? I know we have a physician here, and I think she's a pediatrician. No? So, but she probably helped me with this question. So when a baby's born, if the baby doesn't get love within a short amount of time, what happens? You don't show that baby love by another human's connection by the mom or the dad. They what? Right. If the baby doesn't feel the love connection. You ever see the video of Oprah? She did it like I did. She got up to the lane, Tony said, make your move. She went, yes, 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 cool moss, cool moss, cool moss, cool moss, cool moss. And then she gets here and they stop and they say, wipe your feet. And then I'm going to tell you to celebrate. Now the reason oh by the way, there's Junior, there he is, give him a hand. Junior shows up, he goes, are we clapping for people? I want to go see people. So it's going to be stop, wipe your feet, and celebrate. And the reason I'm having you wipe your feet is that as you walk across those, if a little coal was to get stuck, you wipe your feet. By the way, when you walk, just walk normal. Don't run, and do not, only one thing you don't do, don't stomp your feet. Because if you stomp your feet and you stomp a coal up between your toes, you know what I'm going to tell you? I told you so. Right? So just walk normal. Enjoy the moment. This is literally one of the most magnificent times of your life right now, being able to do something. So again, now, the Cherokee Indians, they just walk up to the fire. They have love, they have respect. You know, they need it for survival. They walk up, they put their hands up, and they just walk. Now, I'm going to walk with you. I'm going to walk alongside of you. And the only reason I'm going to do that is I want to make sure that you don't, do this. We laugh, but it can happen. You're in such a trance that you kind of lost your direction. So I'm there to guide you. Some of you, if you, the ladies sometimes will get to a point, and sometimes they'll whisper in my ear and they'll say something. So if you asking for help is a sign of high intelligence. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but it is. Right? So again, if you want me to help you escort you across the fire, I don't get too many guys asking me. So far, let's see, there's been a total of 0, other than some of the little boys, right? So you guys will have the opportunity to ask me if you want me to do that. So without further ado, I think it's time to start this party. What do you guys think? Yeah. Woo! All right, so let me ask you one more time. Are you ready? Yes! Are you ready? Yes! Sweet. So we'll line up here. Brian will be here. I'll go do my job, and we'll lay out some coal. So probably, I'm guessing, where did Ben go? Oh, he went. He moves on me, man. He's all over the place. All right. So, is there anything you need from me, Ben, to set this up? Oh, whoa. Okay, hold on 1 second. All right. Well, you're fine. So, what's going to happen is once you get to here, right? Then once you're done, then take your paper, because now you've done it, and you're going to take the paper. You'll come over to the pit and toss it in the pit. And then I'm going to say a couple things to you before we leave, and then you guys can go home and sleep like babies. All right. So here we go.
Brian, are you going first?
I am going first. I went last as an aeroplane.
Okay, I'm right there behind TJ or Chase. I'm just wanting to report this to Brian.
Fresh coals, please, Dave.
Yes, sir. What did the man ask for? Fresh coals. By the way, the pictures and all that you put on Facebook about all this stuff, tag it with fresh coals. Aren't they pretty?
Go, Brian.
Y'all are too quiet. I need some encouragement. Woo! Come on. Fresh goals, please, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right.
I have one question. Who brought the s'mores?
Forgot.
I waited a long time for this one right here, you guys. This one means a lot to me, especially for this man right here. So, Ryan, step on up. Here. I can't even begin to tell you how much I love you, how much I appreciate you, and for everything that you've done for me and my company, and certainly everything I know that you've done for this amazing group of humans that are here at your event. Whenever you're ready, you're all yours. Hoo-ah! Stop. Celebrate. Give me the hand! All right, let's not get sappy. All right. All right, man, step on up. You're ready.
Yeah, David.
Stop.
Go, Allison!
Allison's a track star.
No running.
Allison's a track star.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Kids ain't gonna believe you walk across the fire. What'd you say?
Fresh goals, please, sir.
I was talking to that critter.
We good?
Come on, Allison.
Step on up.
We good?
Yep. You're ready.
Ooh, that is a little hot.
You guys hear that? She goes. Yeah, they are a little hot. Get one of the girls to be honest here.
Yeah, it's a little
Come on, baby.
Be careful. When you're done, make sure to take your piece of paper, come on over and add it to the fire. How you doing? You ready? How you doing?
Good girl. Good girl.
Remember to throw your paper away when you're done. Step on it. You ready? Good. I guess that's, I'll take that as a yes.
All right, PJ. Fresh goals, please, sir.
Hold on. There's been a request. They said I heard it. We're not that hard on you, are we? Yeah, good.
Chase, just walk through that big pile right there.
on, brother. With style. With style. Yeah! Nice job.
Eyes up. Ready?
All right, yep. Come on, Faith.
Go, Faith. Come on, girl.
Here's another one I waited for.
Here we go.
There you go.
All right.
Stop.
Yeah. Hoo-ah.
Guys, remember, throw your paper away. Don't go home with that piece of paper.
Come on, Shelly. 3 years in the waiting.
Absolutely. Can you share it with the group?
Yes. Okay, so I had a friend of mine who requested that if I do this, that I have to sing I'm Walking on Sunshine.
Oh, man.
I love it. Here we go. Walking on Sunshine. Eyes up. Start the song.
I'm walking on sunshine. Woo! Oh my God!
Yeah! All right.
Her feet are going, you ain't walking on sunshine!
All right, Shelly. Look at that. The style. There it is. Yeah. Good job. Oh, yeah. No problem. Very well done.
What? What'd you
Fresh
say?
goals, please.
Fresh goals,
Oh,
please.
fresh goals.
Gotcha. She's like,
Come on, you got it.
I don't like this firework, guys.
Blame it on Brian.
Blame it on Brian. Can you see the flame in the shovel?
Oh, yeah.
Why me?
Come on, girl. You got this. You got this. I'm going to record you. You got it. Come on.
You got this. You got it, Felicia.
Come on, Felicia.
Welcome, we get it.
Burn that baby.
Okay.
Nice job. Good job. You got this. All right, Elizabeth. All right, good job. Good job. Yeah. Yeah. All right, Lisa.
All right, Lisa.